Good Thursday morning. Hey, I'm on my walk down to do the morning briefing for you here in Surfside, California. And as you can see, the sand replenishment is continuing with lots of happy birds there. I'm sure all kinds of clams and mussels and other stuff to munch on is being dredged up this morning. Good morning. I'm going to head on down and get set up for the morning briefing. Hope you're having a great start to your day.
Oh, so I might actually be at Disneyland.
Oh, when I leave.
Ah, crap, yeah. I just put that together.
Not good.
Well, someone's citing me, and I was like, yes, please.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California, where the sand replenishment continues. You can see all this moving water as they're pumping more and more sand in here. And of course, the birds are taking advantage of all of the things that are dredged up by this operation. Clams and mussels and sand crabs and who knows what else. It's kind of a great thing to see here in Surfside, how when we get serious about something, how we can mitigate the erosion here. And it's a real fascinating process to see. And who knows what kind of nonsense you'll see transpire behind me. Birds are picking up all kinds of different stuff and fighting over it. It's really something to see. Hey, it's a foggy, kind of cold morning here for Southern California. I mean, it feels like it's in the 60s, low 60s, something like that. But man, we've got a lot of fishing to cover with you. And of course, we're going to do that right now. There's still the possibility of bluefin tuna. However, we're awfully close to Christmas. I'll tell you what that has to do with it. Still some good fishing south of the border down in Ensenada and Cabo San Lucas. That seems to want to continue. The lobster hoop netting has been spectacular. No slowdown there. And of course, we still have the possibility of some great surf fishing. Here, right here, and not so much. But all you got to do is take a little bit of a walk and you're in some good surf fishing. That is continuing also. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh my God. Love it. Great hot cup of coffee. Nothing better. Although I've got to say, it's kind of lukewarm. When I first walked down here, it was pretty hot, but it's kind of lukewarm right now. Don't forget, hit that like button. Share these videos. So many of you have been doing that, pushing us upward 10 million views when you combine our social media. Can't thank you enough for that. Tick the bell, you'll be notified when there is new content. Of course, subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. You can also catch us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. Man, I'll tell you, so much to cover with you. And one of the sponsors that makes it all possible, Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning, our good friend John Lopez, for all of your heating and air conditioning needs. Give John a call here this morning. All right, let's start you out in Cabo San Lucas with all this racket in the background. Birds are having a ball behind me. Down in Cabo, we continue to see some really great weather. You don't have any hurricane threats this time of the year, and it's just gorgeous, beautiful weather. There's still quite a bit of striped marlin down there, occasional blue marlin, occasional wahoo, some dorado, and some pretty darn good yellowfin tuna fishing down at Land's End at the very end of the Baja Peninsula. It has been really good. San Quintin is located 140 miles south of the Mexican-American border there at San Isidro, and they have some excellent rockfish, occasional halibut down there, and even some yellowtail being taken in that neck of the woods, along with some big bonita. Punta Colonet is 120 miles down, and the surf fishing bite there's been off the hook for bar perch and other species. Great surf fishing going on. And in Ensenada, we have several guys who've been taking advantage of some really excellent fishing down in that neck of the woods. We have seen nothing short of great bonita, big old rockfish, really fine fishing going on down there. Occasional yellowtail bites do manifest themselves in Ensenada in the late fall as it is and almost winter time. Yo-yo ironfish around Todos Santos Island, which is just off Ensenada, so that is definitely a possibility. Leon Orozco and others have been having some really good fishing down there in Ensenada. Let's get up to San Diego, talk bluefin tuna. The last trip on the Polaris Supreme was a slow one. 24 guys had 12 bluefin tuna. I think it's more a function of the lack of boats that are out there looking around for bluefin tuna. That's a big ocean out there, and it is very difficult to find those bluefin tuna when there's one boat out looking around. And I think that's probably what the Polaris Supreme ran into on their last trip. Now we're so close to Christmas, many boats are just finished for 2023 and kind of doing their maintenance and looking ahead to 2024. However, we will keep our eyes on it and see where we go from here. There is no doubt in my mind that bluefin tuna is still around, probably on Tannerbank, probably on Cortez. Wouldn't surprise me if it's on the 43 fathom spot near San Clemente Island, the 60 Mile Bank. All of these venues have a lot of market squid on them, and of course that's a magnet and a food source that will hold that bluefin tuna here in Southern California. As I mentioned, however, a lot of people's thoughts are turning toward Christmas right now in the holiday season, so we'll see if we get anything accomplished at all. But we should get back and rolling on that really, really soon. I mentioned to you all that we have a 5-day trip departing April the 4th through the 9th on the big, beautiful, gorgeous Independence, and we would love you to join us. You can book that trip at independentsportfishing.com, or if you have any questions about renting gear or what we might be fishing for, what the plan is, call the Independence office. They are really great folks, and they will help you along the way. Hey, Kim Smith, she is such a great person. Her and her husband, Dan, are such wonderful Friedman Adventure family members, and Kim is undergoing some surgery this morning, so we want to send her all of our love, our thoughts, and our prayers. You know, Kim's major preoccupation about this surgery, she said, "Doctor, how long will it be till I get to go fishing again?" in typical Kim spirit. So, Kim, all our best to you. And you'll be fishing before you know, you'll be sending me a photo of a great big fish of some kind here really, really soon. At least that is my wish. Hey, the Danny Cadota Show, special time this evening. It's a live show. So Danny, with his vast knowledge, and he's such a great guy, and he had Gary Loomis on here recently, you can ask him any question you'd like. 4 o'clock live from 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro later today. Please join us at 4 as we'll be coming to you live for an hour or so. It should be another great Danny Cadota Show. Hey, Tom Holland, Captain Tom Holland, tells me that the commercial fleet is starting to move into the South Pacific. Commercial albacore guys are starting to push that way already. This is the time of the year when they go through there, and at the equator, they encounter water temperatures that are 5 degrees warmer than they were last year. Evidence of that El Nino. So we'll see what kind of an effect that has on our fishing here in Southern California. But at least there in that neck of the woods, they are seeing some real changes. This year, massive amounts of skipjack in the area, some big bull dorado. They're catching spearfish there, and also a lot of yellowfin tuna. So we'll see how that all works out. Hey, one other place I want to mention in Baja, California is a place called Hotel Villa del Palmar. Sorry. I stayed there once, and you can see it is absolutely gorgeous, and they are offering some discounted rates in the wintertime. It is a gorgeous place. Now, I haven't been there for several years, but Joaquin Espinosa and yours truly took our wives down there, and we had an absolute ball. It's a gorgeous part of our world, and I highly recommend that you check it out, and you can get some really discounted rates here in the wintertime. And I love Loreto in the winter. My brother Paul and I used to drive down there every Christmas to catch yellowtail, and we did quite well on a regular basis. Loreto, with that sense of a small town, has a lot of history, has some great fishing, and those are some great accommodations. I thought I would mention that to you all. All right, taking a look at our local fishing, and we are seeing mostly rockfish up and down the coast, punctuated by some really good bass fishing for several of the landings. So good rockfish from San Diego all the way up past the Channel Islands to Monterey. We continue to see it in Santa Barbara. Ventura sport fishing, they continue to crank great numbers of rockfish. 805-676-3474 to get on board the Endeavor, the California, or the Island Spirit. They do such a great job up there, and the rockfish bite has been spectacular. Don't forget, rockfish season in SoCal closes on January the 1st. So a little bit of time left for you to load up the freezers with that delicious, great eating rockfish that makes some of the best fish tacos you could ever imagine. Keep that in mind. So take advantage of the rockfish. Well, we mentioned there's some good bass fishing, and you see it in San Diego at times when they fish for it. Dana Water Sport Fishing has been all over it. We see it in other areas like Marina del Rey and Redondo. Some of the Long Beach-based guys also getting in on it. So we continue to see some really excellent fishing. No question about it. As a tractor is bearing down on me, and I got to figure out what I'm going to do. And I think I'm okay. They're waving that I'm okay here. So once again, we continue to see some really excellent sand bass fishing, some calico bass fishing. All of that has been quite good. Am I good, guys? Okay, thank you. I'll turn the camera around so you can see these guys go by me here in 1 second. Like you know, it's a guy in a cart driving by, but what the heck? I thought I would show you that. And all right, thank you. Here, I'll show you what we're doing here, just real quick so you can see. I'm almost getting run over by these guys. Really cool guys, and they're doing such great work. Down here at Surfside with the sand replenishment going on. Thank you, guys. All right, back to it here. I think we'll be okay for a little bit longer. My camera might be a little crooked. Let me see what's going on here. All right, in addition to that, also the lobster fishing has been spectacular. Good morning, guys. Hey, thank you. We see some really excellent lobster fishing, hoop netting going on in Southern California. It has been spectacular here recently, especially at Catalina Island, but we also see it locally. PromarAhi.com for all of your lobster needs. Make sure you put in Friedman 10 at checkout, PromarAhi.com, Friedman 10, and they'll knock 10% off of your bill. So that is really good stuff. Birds are getting excited here as tractors are rolling past me here in Surfside. Really great stuff. Surf fishing has been pretty darn good. You can still pick off some barred perch. This is the time of the year when you catch more and more barred perch, and that's because they enjoy cooler water. I mentioned that down there around Collinette, the barred perch fishing has been off the hook. South of the border is really good. Down there around San Quintin, there's a beach called Playa Socorro that's always good, and all those other beaches up to Rosarito and even Ensenada have some really good barred perch fishing, but you can also continue to catch halibut and other species. Joe Sarmiento has been catching all kinds of halibut here recently, down south of the border around Estero Beach and other areas. Up here in SoCal, from San Diego up to County Line, we continue to see really great surf fishing going on. Don't forget, your surf fishing headquarters are Southern California. Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California, on the corner of PCH and Seal Beach. They've got all the baits you'll need to be successful. They also have a myriad of fishing tackle, from surf fishing stuff to big game. You'll find it all at Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach. Hey, by the way, Island Fishing Tackle, if you walk in there and you mention, or you've got you can mention the Friedman Adventures show, but the password is, I think there's a couple of days left to this, is swimmer or swimming. One of those two. Sam De La Torre over there at Island Fishing Tackle will accept that. Walk in there, drop the password. All of their apparel, not boots, but all of their apparel, shirts and jackets and all that stuff, 50% off for a day or two more. I'm not sure how much longer that goes. I think it goes through the weekend. So get over to Island Fishing Tackle, Carson, California, and take advantage of that. Still tons of market squid up and down our coast. I mentioned that that's something that acts as a magnet for the bluefin tuna, but it's also a magnet for halibut, white sea bass, and all kinds of other predators. Our friend John Graber was driving by County Line up there at Ventura around Point Magoo, and he looked out and he saw like 15 boats out there, squid boats, doing their thing. And as John observed, that's an indication there must be an awful lot of market squid around. Thank you so much for sharing that photo, John. I really appreciate that. All right, my friends. Oh, hey, I wanted to mention to you, that same bass that we talked about, Tom Troop, he's a private boater. You can check out his catch there. Nice going, Tom. Looks like he had some excellent fishing for sure. Matt Williams at Lake Cuyamaca had a variety of different species. A good time to be out trout fishing right now, but you can see he had some other species. Nice going, Matt. Welcome to the Friedman Adventures family. And once again, there's all kinds of great opportunities here in Southern California, even though we're bumping up against Christmas. All right, my friends, I better get out of here before these king tides swamp me. There's supposed to be some tides up pushing 7 feet today. And also before one of these tractors runs me down. My wife would be very, very devastated and sad if a tractor ran me over and I hadn't doubled the life insurance before that happened. I know her. She'd break into tears over something so sad like that. All right, my friends, have a great day. Have a wonderful weekend ahead. And as always, I hope to see you really, really soon.